Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com for ntmarkets.com with your Thursday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, we talked about the bands yesterday, and this is an important lesson in how volatility compresses or contracts and then expands. We had really tight bands here for a long period of time. Let me back out one. We had the 20 as support. Then the bears had their chance. They broke it. They came through the lower band, but they weren't able to hold it. They lost the middle band. Then they had a day completely above the middle band. And when we came in yesterday morning, we had price in the upper half of the band. The bandwidth indicators were starting to open up, and the bands were starting to expand. And typically, when that happens, that's when you get your big move. Price-wise, what's very difficult about these moves is you don't know directionally where they're going to go. It could just have easily have gone down. But the bottom line is when you see these bands, you have to be ready to trade a fairly large day. So where are we now? Where are we going? As you can see from this candle, right now we are completely outside of the bands. We're completely outside of the bands, and we are only we are one handle below the October 16, 2007 highs at 1586.75. And if you don't think that's a number that everybody has on their chart, it is. Right now, I am very small short. I'm playing a move back inside the Bollinger Bands. My rules dictate when we get this far outside of the mean that we put something on to fade it back into the bands. Sometimes that's just a few handle trades. Sometimes it does a little better. We'll have to see. Market remains very strong this morning. The bears did nothing to assert any pressure on the market overnight. We continue to kind of trade in a news vacuum. I think the early release of the Fed minutes yesterday took any morning pressure there was going to be on the market off. Because the only issue that would have been going into the morning, because there's been so little news, was, what about the minutes? What if the minutes are bad? What if the minutes are bad? When the minutes come out before the open and we get all that out of the way, and then if you're a bull, you have nothing to worry you until jobless claims, then that kind of takes the pressure off, and you can get a big day like that. So do I think that the early release of the Fed minutes had an impact on the market yesterday? Absolutely. Absolutely. It took the fear out of the morning trade. It absolutely did. They can spin it however they want, but the biggest piece of news of the day was out of the way at 8:30 in the morning. Okay, so jobless claims today, not a lot going on. Tomorrow we got PPI, we got retail sales, consumer sentiment, business inventories. Bernanke speaks at 12:30. So there are some catalysts tomorrow. I fully expect us to get a dip today. Price needs to come back in. We're not going to live outside of the bands all day long. It just doesn't work that way. The issue is, do the dip buyers come in? I see no reason why they wouldn't. We are up at multi-year highs. That makes it incredibly difficult to buy. We are also in a raging uptrend. It makes it incredibly difficult to short. Shorts are getting run over. They are all pretty weak shorts, and at any sign of trouble, they dump their shares, and we do higher prices. It's the same dynamic we've seen for a long time. So be careful today. No big bets, but I don't think you're doing yourself a really large disservice by getting a little bit short for a move back inside the bands, considering we are one handle below all-time highs in the mini. Okay, everybody have a fantastic day. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com for ntmarkets.com. I will be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade them well, everybody.